My name is Chief Town Planner Sunday Audu. Hail from Plateau local government in Plateau State. I'm 55 years old. I've been in Abuja for the past 27 years. So I work with the Federal Capital Development Authority as a town planner. I started my secondary education from 1988 to 1987, 1982 to 1987, and then I went to Plateau State Polytechnic, my ND in Urban and Regional Planning from 1989 to 1991. 1991, I was employed as a teacher in my former secondary school, as Miango Community Secondary School. So I taught for 1.5 years. So 1993, I got employed here in Abuja with the Department of Urban and Regional Planning, FCDA. Till that, I've been working in FCDA till that. In my educational career, when I was still in service, I went to do my master's in the National Institute of Transport Logistics. So I am a professional in transport and logistics. And after then, I went for my master's also in urban and regional planning. So I could say I'm a dual professional. I'm a professional town planner, a registered, and a professional transport. A professional, a registered. So those are my fields. Actually, none of them was in my dream. What was my dream was architecture. Because I even started with this National Directorate of Employment then. And I was posted to an architectural school in Jos. And I started there. Then, after then, I applied for Polytechnic. I applied for architecture. But unfortunately, I was not given architecture, I was given town planning. And when I look at it, I discovered that town planning and architecture are just more or less professionals, So I went to town planning, and I discovered that I was doing well in the class. Because in my secondary days, I was also excellent in technical drawing. So when you are good in technical drawing, you must do something that has to do with design. And town planning has to do with design. architecture to do a design. So when I got town planning, I said, it's okay by me. So I went for it. And I'm happy that I went for it. It's something I don't want to remember. Because it was so challenging. You know, I came from a very poor background. My dad and my mom have never attended. They don't know the wall of a school. They've never attended any school. They don't even know the value. But at the point when I was growing up as a child, I see people going to school. I begin to admire them. I told my parents I want to go to school. And from the beginning, they insist that I will not go. You know, in those days, if your parents like you, that is where they'll keep you at home. If they don't like you, they'll send you to school. You go and suffer. So they feel they like me. They don't want me to go and suffer out there. I told them no. So one day, I just sneaked from home. I went and registered. And I registered. I was given a class. I started going to school. I think I spent almost a week before I told them that I enrolled in school. So there was nothing they can do because I've already started. I told them. So, and they accepted. And they saw a uniform for me. And in secondary school too, when I was in Form 3, my parents said I will no longer go to school again. I should go and learn mechanics. Unknowing to me, my father had already arranged where I would go and start learning mechanics. You know, he said he's no longer going to allow me to go back to school. There's no reason that you don't have money. That was the reason. You don't have money. So at that stage, I insisted I must go to school. And I went to look for a menial job in the missionary quarters in Miango. You know Miango? You know Kent Academy? I went there to start working as a small boy, you know, taking care of garden. You know, after school I would go there, work, then back home. That's how I did finish my primary school. Then secondary school. At that age, from 3, my dad said he will no longer, since I'm no more working in Kent Academy, he don't have money to pay. So I should leave the school. I said, no, I cannot leave the school. So we argued, I insisted I cannot go. So for 2 weeks, he kept me at home. Other people have resumed. I didn't resume school. And so I insisted. So there's nothing he could do. I refused to go to where he wants me to go and learn mechanics. I refused to go. So I just packed my loads and came back to school. So that was when he surrendered. He would no longer, interrupt me in my education also. So I finished my school, my secondary school. I I wrote my WAEC, and in my WAEC, I came out with good result. I think I was the third best student in the school. I was the first set of that school. I was the third best student. And when I finished the secondary school, to go further was an issue. So that was when I started learning this National Director of Employment issue came. Director used to give me allowances. Challenge Press used to give me allowances. So it was those allowances I've been saving. I saved for almost 2 years. I told my father that I want to go to school. He said, no, I don't have money, you see all this. I said, don't worry, I'm going to school. So I went and bought form, applied, and I got admission. And after that, the money I saved, I bought radio, that tape, one small tape like that. I bought my bed and my mattress. So it was when I was going to school. So I optioned all of them. When I optioned them, I got the money, I resumed to school. I paid my school fees, and then I resumed. So that was the hurdles. And while in school, you know, the time planning is very challenging as a student. You must buy one thing or the other, you know. Fridays, I usually skip home, come home, look for many job, work to do, to get money. Sunday or Monday morning, I'll go back to school. Every week, I have to do that, so that I will survive. 1992, around May, I secured my appointment with FCDA. So, and I've been with FCDA until then. I held so many courses in FCDA. I work with development control as a site officer in Sokoro, site officer in Tama and Nyanya. I work as personal assistant to the director of planning and survey. Then I spent almost 7 years with him, working as his PA. After then, I was transferred as a zonal coordinator, zonal manager in Kwali Zonal Planning Office, where I spent 6 years there as a zonal coordinator. After then, I came back to headquarters, was posted back to headquarters, in charge of all the sector centers in FCC. I was reposted to handle urban south, in charge of Gariki 1 and 2, Asokoro and Guzope, which I'm still on now. My passion is see everybody, every youth go to school, because that is the only way somebody can grow and impact the community or impact the society. That is my passion, to see people, you know, aspiring in their own field of endeavor. On what I have done so far while in Abuja, If you go to my booth, this is my booth, you see a heaps of CVs of graduates seeking for work. You know, it is my passion to see that people are productive, people are doing something at least. You know, so far so good. I employed no less than 40 people in Abuja here, including doctors. I always feel sad when I go home, seeing people roaming about, youths roaming about without doing nothing. And it seems government have closed their eye towards the youth. So that is my area. I feel I can make impact helping the youth to grow. In aspect of life generally, you know, when you open up to people that you want to assist, you want to help, you discover that the whole pressure will be on you. You understand? Sometimes people come, I see them, I want to help, but I'm limited. So it's always baffles me. So I'll have sleepless night thinking, how I wish I could help this person, how I wish I could help this person. But the little one I have, I'll help, and the others pressing need will come. That time, somebody doesn't have money. So it's a very terrible challenge for me. Oh, well, you know, some people says Abuja is not for the common man, but I don't buy that notion. Abuja is for every category of people, because in the master plan of Abuja, we have the densities marked out in our layout. We have the low density, the high density, and the medium density. You understand? The high density are for the lower cadre of people, you know, who is affordable to them. Though we discover that land in the FCC, you know, there is FCT, FCC. FCC is a capital city which have been earmarked, you know, to be the city of Abuja. FCC, Federal Capital City. You understand? Who have phases 1, 2, 3, and 4. You understand? And there are neighboring satellite towns. Neighboring satellite towns. And the neighboring satellite towns are towns that need to be developed independently. Each satellite town will be independent of of his own. Every facilities is going to be provided, and so satellite towns are more or less costly. People can also acquire land there and build and stay. There are many things we can do at home with us. Many things we can do at home. Farming alone, it is something. Farming, just farm, get a small portion and get Irish potato and see what you will become. Because Irish potato now have become a gold in Nigeria. So I plead with our youth. They should please identify themselves with at least a trade to do. Even breaking of stones to get this gravel, it is something. It is something. They left that listening to old women doing the work. No. Now Nigeria is moving towards that. Every state must generate money for its state. So I believe tourism is number one thing. If given opportunity, I will develop in that state. Second is the agriculture. Agriculture. And see what we produce. There is nothing we cannot produce in Jos, in the Plateau. There's nothing. Produce crops and then build factories. Factories that can process tomatoes, can process mangoes. So we don't have those things in Jos now. And those are the simple things that it will have multiplying effect in the economy and the people. Understand? The youth will get employment. People will be coming to trade. Many things. Yeah, I feel the people have rightly voted because I thought I was doing my thing my own way, that nobody is seeing what I'm doing. But I was surprised. So what I'm doing, I saw people are seeing it. I do it, I don't want to blow trumpet. I don't want people to know this is what I do. But I was surprised, that people know the little things I am doing, So I give God the glory. Yeah, it's an encouragement for me to do more. I'm about to retire. It's been a few years for me to retire. And I hope I'll be given opportunity to serve in Plateau State. That is my prayer. Yes.